we are speaking with George Harrap, founder of Step Finance, building in the Solana ecosystem for the DeFi space. Welcome, George. Before we talk about Step Finance, could you give our viewers a quick introduction of yourself?
Thanks, Peter. It's great to be here. Yeah, so I'm George. I'm a co-founder of Step Finance in Solana. And essentially, I've been around crypto for quite a long time, almost 10 years now, actually a bit more than 10 years. So I've kind of seen a lot. I've seen a lot of cycles come and go. I've seen a lot of companies come and go. Previously, I've founded companies in the crypto space in Hong Kong, and also I've been involved in a number of different projects and an advisory or role and so on. So I think, what I've really sort of seen over the years is crypto develop from something that's just a few people on a website into something that's now $1 trillion industry. So I'm really excited with where we're at. And probably the most exciting thing that I've seen so far is what's happening in DeFi. Yeah, so what we're doing in Step Finance is really focused on bringing DeFi to the masses and making it easy for people to be able to comprehend and use.
Yes, so we definitely see a boom in DeFi since early last year, and it's not slowing down. It's always accelerating. And it makes me wonder, because you have been in the crypto space for 10 years, like you said, and you haven't really launched any project prior, maybe one or two. But what makes you want to do this Step Finance this year? Could you tell us what problems there are in DeFi, if any, and how is Step Finance going to help bring something new to the space?
Yeah, so what we essentially started with over the last 12 months, we've seen the rise of DeFi happening quite a bit. It's been blossoming on Ethereum. It's been doing very well. There's been a lot of interest and traction. There's been lots of new projects launched and lots of things which actually add value to the crypto ecosystem. So they're not just a coin which you can buy. It's more about things which are productive and you can actually use. So like many of the loan platforms, in DeFi, you can now, there's billion-dollar platforms out there where you can get loans instantly at really low rates, or you can even get paid to borrow. That's a very exciting sort of space to be in and products to build on. So, there's been a lot happening in this space. And what we've seen is that in this growth, the actual problems of onboarding new users has kind of been exacerbated by a lot of the fees that's on Ethereum. When we initially were starting Step Finance, we started with a prototype on Ethereum, and that was for an automated trading strategy. Essentially, it's like a dollar cost averaging where you can put some money in a contract and then it will buy every day for you. That was a tool which we thought was needed in the DeFi space, and we built it on Ethereum. But the problem was that just for one transaction, it was $180, and that was only with 6 users. So you need to build with more than 6 users if you want to actually, build something successful. And so we were looking at sort of what are the opportunities around for us. We saw that there was a hackathon in Solana, and for what we were building at the time, Solana had the liquidity. You could buy all sorts of different coins on there, and the largest market maker in the crypto space in the world, Alameda, they were providing market making on Solana. So for us and in what we were doing at the time, we thought, wow, this hackathon in Solana looks very exciting and interesting for us. Let's go and join it. We did. It was a great success. And essentially from there, we actually decided at the end of the hackathon that less about being an automated strategy platform. We should actually be this place that brings the whole ecosystem together in one dashboard, because that was lacking in Solana. And essentially that place where people can go is very important to bring everyone in. So one dashboard, one place where you can visualize your portfolio, see all of your positions, all of your different LPs, swaps, tokens, and so on. And that's what Step Finance has become. So it started as an automated trading platform. It's actually moved into more of a portfolio management platform. And with that, we are adding a number of different things, one of which is automated strategies, but also it's more about being that place that you have open every day on your computer and you're always looking at.
Yes, so we see that there's currently a live MVP version of the product on your website. Could you tell us how many projects or how many DeFi platforms have you already integrated?
Yeah, so for us at the moment, every token on Solana is currently covered by Step, and pretty much most of the LPs, so the liquidity provider, AMM pools as well. So we have Orca integrated, we have Radium integrated, we have Serum integrated, and we're looking to add more as well as we go. Over the next few days, we'll also have Mango markets integrated. We're currently discussing with almost every team in Solana to have them integrated on our dashboard. So really it's a place where all of these different projects will be able to be seen in one location. You'll be able to aggregate transactions, you'll be able to execute transactions, and it's all just available in one spot. So yeah, we've integrated all of the major projects. There's going to be more as time goes on, and we'll integrate them all as time comes on. So yeah, we're very excited about it.
Yes, and this project is targeted towards the DeFi farmers. And like what's said in the deck, you're bringing farming to industrial grade agriculture, so people will be able to farm more efficient and hopefully make gains faster.
Exactly. So at the moment, one of the major farms on Solana is Radium. And users who have LPs in Radium and they're currently farming, they can see all of their different yield statistics. So how much money are they making? Can they auto compound their current farms? How much money is that in dollar terms? What are the changes in the portfolio? There's a lot of other different things which we're going to be adding for our alpha, but also for our launch later on. But it's all around sort of making lives easier for yield farmers to be able to gauge how their portfolio is doing, and yeah, what sort of how much money are they making in these different farms, and is that a good farm to be in? How does it compare to other ones in the ecosystem, and putting it all in one place.
I think this solves a really big pain point for the DeFi users, including myself, because every day I have to check multiple platforms and try to compound my earnings and try to keep up with all the yield, all the APYs. And Step Finance with your project, it's going to be in one place. It's going to be very, very convenient for the users. Could you tell us then about your team who's building this project with you?
Yeah, absolutely. So the team is, it's actually some close friends of mine who I've known for about the same time as I've been in crypto, about 10 years. We've all been in crypto for a long time. And that's why the previous, the team members that I'm working with, we've all been in a long time. We've known each other for a long time. And also, we also have realized the pain points in DeFi as well. We've already been there from the start of the DeFi growth as well. So the team is people that I have worked with in Hong Kong, in Australia, in the US as well. And we're sort of bringing together this all-star team, which consists of myself, Kristen and Aaron 0V, and we're all in this Step Finance together. We're also looking to onboard a couple more people over the coming weeks. We have quite a bit of interest from the community for community development and different tasks to get done in the Step Finance ecosystem. So actually, I think the team is going to grow fairly quickly. Yeah, for us, it's really about sort of working with the quality people and being able to grow the team that way.
I see. And from what I heard, the Step Finance financing round has been very, very exclusive, and you guys have been very selective on the strategic investor side. Could you tell us if you do have any advisors advising the project, or any notable people that's secretly helping you guys in the back?
Yeah, I mean, all of our help is really from our existing investors. And we've recently announced that we've raised a private sale of 2 million. That was heavily oversubscribed. We had so much interest from the entire space. I've said no to about 15 different crypto funds, some of them some of the biggest in the world. We're really happy to have had everyone on board that we do. Yeah, I mean, most of our sort of advisor or support or anything like that, sort of it's bouncing ideas off our existing investors, because I think that's the best way to get insights and people to be involved, is if they actually have skin in the game, and if they have an investment as well, they're much more likely to offer the useful advice that's going to help grow the project. So people like Alameda Research, you know, the largest crypto fund in the world, Three Commas Capital, quite a large list of other people who have been involved in Solana for a long time. So really, we're starting off with that ecosystem. Many of my friends as well from Hong Kong who run different funds and so on are also involved. So we have a great team on board.
I see. And let's switch over to your roadmap. You mentioned that your, I think, is it alpha or beta version is coming up very soon. Could you quickly go over what have you guys achieved in the past, and what are your next steps?
Yeah, so since the hackathon at the start of the year, we've rolled out our alpha project. So at test.step.finance, you'll see there's the alpha. That essentially is our basic go-to-market to get coverage of the entire Solana ecosystem, so people can at least do the basics of visualizing their portfolio. They need to know where their money is, how much it's growing, and these sort of basic things first, right? So our sort of goal right now is to get 100% coverage of the entire Solana ecosystem. That means a few more integrations with the different upcoming projects. So for us, it's really about getting that coverage. After that, though, we have a number of different value accrual mechanisms which we're going to be adding. So over the next 2 to 4 months, we'll be adding a number of these value accruals, things like swap aggregation. We already do have some of that embedded in the platform currently. We have the Serum AMM liquidity pools, as well as the Orca AMM liquidity pools. So we actually aggregate between those two projects already, but there's going to be even more added later. So you'll always get the best price when you're swapping because all of those swaps are integrated in the same place. So that's one example. Another example is I initially was speaking about the automated trading strategies. We're going to be adding a lot more of them to the platform soon as well for yield farmers to essentially see, well, what are the opportunities? Where are the opportunities? How much are they making? What other bots or trading strategies out there could people invest in? And being able to present that to people. So that's sort of one of our key focuses over the next coming weeks and months, is unveiling these different value adding things where people will be able to execute these transactions on Step. There will be a fee, and that will go back to Step token holders as well. So that's the whole point, is the value in the Step token itself, which we've announced, is being able to make use of some of these features which are coming on board, which are charging a fee, and those fees go back to Step holders in the first place.
Could you give a more detailed explanation of the whole Step token utility and how does it play into the ecosystem?
Yeah, so we have Step token launching very soon. On the 25th at midnight Hong Kong time, Step will launch on the DEX. And essentially, what Step token is it's a way to make it useful for token holders to be able to execute transactions across Step. There'll be a number of different features, one of which we've spoken about, the swap aggregation. So swap aggregation, a percentage of fees will go to Step token holders. Now, as Step Finance, if we integrate every different swap pool, we're always going to be the best price on Solana, and we're always going to be the best place to swap. So we should be able to transact significant volume from that and be able to bring a lot of value to Step token holders. That's number one. Number two, the investment strategies. These are different yield farms, auto compounding, swapping in and out of yield farms, swapping the currencies for these different yield farms. So there's going to be additional value accrual there. Another one is bridges. So bridges, there's bridges to other blockchains in different ecosystems, right? And generally there's a small fee charged for some of those. Again, that will flow back to Step token holders as well. We also have partners involved for fiat integration as well. So an on and off ramp for fiat into and out of Solana. And again, there'll be a fee there, and that'll be going back to Step token holders. We also have some of our more advanced portfolio insights, and that'll be available for many of the Step stakers. So if you're staking Step, you'll also have access to those sort of pages, and they'll have a bit more in-depth into your different LPs, benchmarking performance, historical data, this kind of stuff. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to build a number of different avenues where STEP token can accrue value. And that's the important thing. It's not just a token out there for the sake of it. It's actually something which A, can give you access to more features, so the portfolio insights, or B, you actually earn a revenue from the success of STEP. And if STEP is successful, then STEP token holders will also be successful. And that's the idea.
Well, this is a very nice project because I think the overall DeFi space need aggregators, and you guys are building Solana, so you'll be already there when people visit Solana, so you can really just train their behavior, just like visit Step Finance, and this is like a one-stop shop for DeFi.
Yeah, I was going to say aggregators always win as well, because if you're at the top of the stack and there's all of these other projects below, you're always sitting on top. So it doesn't matter what happens below you. Many more projects might emerge that happen below, but because we're always the aggregator on top, we're always going to be the best location with the most liquidity and the best prices for people to swap at. So, or do any of these different transactions. So yeah, I think it's a good position to be in.
Where do you see Step Finance around 2 years' time? Because the way I see the blockchain ecosystem, it's going to be multi-chain. So does it come across your mind that maybe down the road you want to expand into other ecosystem, or is the play to be on like Solana #1 and just Solana?
So we embrace the multi-chain world. We think that's where things are going. And we think that DeFi as well is something which is going to be cross-chain. So the majority of the market might be on Ethereum. Maybe that's 50%, 60%, something like that. But there's going to be a significant amount of money that's on all of these different other chains. So for the moment, we're starting on Solana. That's going to be our base. But we're also really interested to see the development of some of the other blockchains out there that are doing a lot of DeFi stuff. So, whether it's BSC, Cosmos, Terra, some of these other Polkadot, these other chains, I think, will be something which we will branch off into over time. When they're ready, when we're ready, we want to be able to access some of those other chains and be able to interface with them through our bridge, and essentially have Step Finance as the place that brings together a lot of these different alternative blockchains out there that are doing this DeFi stuff, and to be able to provide the same features across all of them. So yeah, we start with Solana, but really the end goal is we want to see a lot of these other alt chains do well, and we want to be able to support that.
Well, that is very ambitious. So you're not only the aggregator for Solana, but the aggregator for all the blockchain ecosystems. Very
in
nice.
Future, hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. And well, thank you so much for taking the time. Before we close, could you tell our viewers where to follow Step Finance?
Absolutely. So the best place is at step.finance. That's our website. We have a lot of our social media links there. On Twitter, we are at stepfinance_. That's the best place for a lot of our social media. We also have a Discord channel and Telegram channels as well. So please just check the website. There's links there to everything. We have a blog, and that's definitely the best place to keep up to date with news from Step.
It's very nice talking with you, George, and good luck with Step Finance. And we look forward to see you. We look forward to the official launch.
Thank you very much, Peter. It's great to be here today.
And thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more.